Someone's not counting. 6.
What's up, guys? Out of work now, just got home. It's kind of late, it's like 12 a.m. I did say that I was going to be doing some tech reviews if companies decided to start sending me some stuff for some other tech reviews. I did get a microphone in from Pop Voice. This is the PV510 Plus lavalier microphone. What you're currently listening to is my cell phone audio. Basically, it's my standard cell phone microphone that's built into it with a front-facing camera. That's how we're going to do this review, because I have a lot of microphones I want to test through different things, and this is probably essentially going to be used pretty much just for my cell phone if I'm going to be using this. But here it is, the Pop Voice, if you guys can see that, PV510 Plus, and let's open this up and see what actually comes in this package. It's actually pretty cheap. I want to say it was like $12 or $13. It was pretty cheap. I'll put a purchase link in the description below. But we got some thorough testing to do to give you an idea of different microphone qualities here today. So, comes actually with this nice little velvet bag. This is actually cool. Feels good. Surprised it comes with a little case to put it in. Let's see what all is in the bag here. Looks like a user manual. There you go. There's the lavalier mic with a muff. It definitely has a wind muff on there, so that's good. Oh wow, it comes with 2 other muffs and a second port connection. This is interesting. Another 3.5mm jack. Oh, this is for GoPro. Interesting. So I forget what they call these black lines, but you notice this one has 3. This is for standard cell phone connection. And this over here that has 2 is actually GoPro. So we may actually be able to plug this directly into my GoPro Hero 4 USB port, which is what this is for, and use this with the, actually, here we go. This is the multi-directional microphone for GoPro, right and left, it says right on there, labeled, and that plugs into this piece here. But if you'll notice, the connection on it is actually identical with the 2 lines. So I absolutely can plug this lavalier into my GoPro. So we are going to be testing that as well today. So I'm curious to get down to business here and see what this thing actually can do. I've always kind of wanted a lavalier, so this is nice that they sent me one. I would have preferred wireless, honestly, but this is a review. We're going to say what their product can do. We're going to find out. So let's get to testing. I have kind of a plethora of things here in front of me to test. I think to start off with, you've already heard my stock microphone on my camera on my cell phone. So let's go ahead and plug in the lavalier and we'll start a recording. And we'll see, I have a fan right here, so we'll be able to see exactly if it picks up wind or not. I'm going to put this on stage 3. I have this Arctic air cooler fan that I'll be using to blow air directly at me to see if it's going to cut out the wind. I'm also going to do that with the other devices I have for testing, so let's kick this off. I'll see you guys in a sec. Alright, it's good to have you back. I see that my camera just said recording with microphone. I have the lavalier attached to my shirt. I don't know what it sounds like, if it gets louder when I do this, if I turn my head. I don't know if it's going to sound any different. I haven't had a chance to listen to the audio yet, but I'm going to go ahead and point my head around so you guys can see if it's going to be directional or if it's going to pick up, you know, extreme amount of noise at close range. I have it roughly 6 inches from my throat right now, so this will give you a pretty good idea of how it's going to sound, a regular talking voice. And if I pick up the voice a little bit and we get a little bit louder, we're going to find out if it gets crackly or not. If I get super excited like this, oh my god, is it going to crackle? Who knows? We'll find out. So let's go ahead and move on to the wind test. I am now going to turn on my Arctic fan and see if it blows right at the microphone. I have it set for 3. We'll see if we can even hear that. It's starting to spool up right now. I feel a good breeze blowing on my face. Definitely is going to put the wind muff to test here. So I'm going to let you guys listen to that for a sec. There should be no ambient background noise other than the fan currently taking place. So I'm going to move right into it here. I'm also going to get it closer to the Arctic to see exactly how much it's going to pick up. There's definitely a good amount of breeze blowing on it right now, so Alright, well that's test for being plugged into my cell phone. Let's see if we can actually hook this to the GoPro Hero 4, and we will run that right now. Alrighty guys, you are currently connected to my GoPro Hero 4. I do have all the connections properly made here. It's once again 6 inches from my throat. Probably looks a little bit different than my phone camera. It's most likely going to show some low lighting because I don't have Pro Tune settings on, but this will give you an idea of what it sounds like. Once again, I'm going to move my head around a little bit and let you guys get a feel for this. See exactly what might be going on. I'm going to point my head down. We're going to talk into the mic for a second. Then I'm going to go ahead and pick up my voice here a bit, so we can see if it's going to crackle if I get a little bit louder. So that should give you a pretty good indicator if I'm being too loud or not for this microphone. We are now going to move on to the Arctic air test. Here we go. Starting to spool up. Getting a good little breeze now. Alrighty guys, this is the multi-directional microphone that I currently have connected to it right now. This is a GoPro attachment for standard GoPro usage. This is more for outdoor stuff. You know, it's very directional microphone is what it is. So it's meant for interviews, vlogging, stuff like that. It gives you an idea of what type of camera this, or what kind of microphone this is really meant for. So it's super multi-directional, but it's supposed to just hear audio from one way or another. So projecting it straight forward, it's not meant to pick up all the extra noises on the outside. So I do have the fan currently running right now. It's going to be an ambient background noise if you can hear it. We'll go ahead and do the crackle test. I'll bring the camera in a little bit so you guys can see if it's going to crackle. Let's see what that looks like. Put it right in front of the fan. See if you guys can hear the wind coming off it at all, or you just hear the humming of the motor. Alrighty guys, this is the stock microphone that comes on the Hero 4. The fan is currently off right now. If I get high pitched, you shouldn't hear any crackling. GoPro normally makes pretty decent products. It's probably going to be a little loud because I'm in a confined room, so it should sound still pretty decent even though it's the built-in microphone. We'll go ahead and start the fan, see if you guys can hear the ambient background noise. We still have more to test, man. We're only part of the way through this, guys. I wanted to do a very thorough test to give you an idea of the different microphones that are happening here. Some of the stuff I use, some of the stuff I don't. So, fan is now spooled up. Should be able to hear that now. I'm going to go ahead and put this right in front again. And we will change, I think the microphone is on the bottom or the side here. So, go ahead and try to pick up the crackle if we can. I'll move it this way. And I'll move it that way a bit. See if we can get the crackly. Whoa, this is going to be a wide angle look. This is what you guys will be used to on my channel because I do shoot in a lot of wide angle stuff. This is the current microphone I use for vlogging. It's the current setup. Normally has pretty good sound. I'm not ever unimpressed by my Hero standard. It's a 10-year-old camera, and I actually really love the colors that it offers, so I continue using it. It's got a pretty decent microphone for the most part. Fan is on. You should hear the ambient background noise of the fan. I'll go ahead and turn it off, see if you can not hear it here. Fan is now off. Should be pretty darn quiet in this room, I would think. It also gives you a better idea of how good the microphone is on the 10-year-old. Well, it's a 9-year-old camera. It's a 9-year-old Hero standard. So, all right. Let's get into some earpieces, and we'll pick it up from there. Alrighty guys, welcome back. I currently have you connected to a cheap $8 gas station headset piece right now. This microphone normally is pretty good. It's very loud though. If I remember correctly, when I use this, it's actually quite loud. So if I were to pick up my voice right now, it would probably get kind of crackly and sound pretty bad. It also, if I remember, it doesn't really have too much noise cancellation. So if I turn on the fan, you're going to hear the background ambient noise, and you'll probably also pick up some crackle in the microphone from the wind because it definitely detects all of that. So it's blowing a pretty good breeze on it right now. You guys can probably hear the wind going through the microphone. You'll hear that I'm definitely a lot louder, I think. So cheap $8 headset from the gas station. You know, it serves a purpose. I think I used this thing 2 years ago for a lot of my videos, and it's kind of been put up ever since. But this is just a good idea between a $8 and a $13 lavalier, you know, more personal vlogging style microphone. This is more for phone calls and voice chat with people and stuff like that. So let's go ahead and move on to a gaming headset here up next, and we'll see you guys in a sec. Alrighty guys, this is about a $25 gaming headset, I want to say. I use it for most of my live streaming stuff on my YouTube channel. It does plug direct into my cell phone. It has the 3 prongs on it. I forget what those things are called. Really can't remember. But yeah, man, it's definitely a pretty decent microphone. I've never heard it on my phone before, so this will be a new experience for me. And I'm going to go ahead and turn on the fan right now so you can get that ambient background noise to see if it's going to pick that up and what it's going to sound like, see if we're going to get any microphone crackle. And then I'm going to go review this footage, and I'm going to tell you guys what my thoughts are after this. So, let me go ahead and put this right in front of this fan, see if we get any kind of crackle out of it, any kind of noise cancellation, anything like that. And then I'm going to do my little pros and cons vid for you guys, and I'll tell you what my thoughts are of this camera. Remember, purchase link will be in the description below. I want to say they're like 12 or 13 bucks for this lavalier microphone. It's definitely a personal vlogging style microphone. For more professional use. It's not very high end, but let's find out exactly how good it picks up voice and sound. And that's what our main goal is here. How does it sound? Well, let's find out. I'll see you guys in a sec. Alrighty guys, out of all the camera stuff that I tested, I think that my phone actually has kind of a built-in microphone amplifier whenever I plug anything into it, so I can't really say that those test results were very good, which is why we tried it with other things. And I have to admit, when I did plug it into the GoPro Hero 4 in this manner, it actually sounded pretty fantastic. So I'm going to go ahead and say that out of all the mics we did test, this one was the most solid. This Lavalier PV510 Plus was a very decent microphone when plugged into the GoPro Hero 4. I can't judge it off my phone, unfortunately, because I think my phone has some kind of amplifying feature that's built into it, which is why, like I said, I decided to test it with other products, in this case the Hero 4. Now you got to hear what the Hero 4 sounded like with the directional microphone, then you got to hear it stock, and then you got to hear it with the Lavalier. So I would say out of all of those circumstances, obviously the Lavalier was the best, and it sounded very clear, it was very good, it didn't seem to pick up any wind, you didn't hear any popping or crackling, so I'm going to say that this microphone is actually probably worth it. I'm not sure that it's going to be good to use with most of your cell phones, but if you are doing GoPro setups like this, or you actually have a wireless transmitting box that you can plug the Lavalier into and then attach to your shirt, it's fantastic, because I had it 6 inches away like this when I was doing my testing, just like my phone, and it sounded way, way, way better on the GoPro Hero 4 setup than it did from my phone. So obviously my phone, like I said, has some kind of amplifying microphone feature built into the firmware of the phone, I'm assuming. There's no adjustment I can make for that, but it did sound very good in this format. And so they have those recording devices you can plug into to record your audio, and then add that audio track to whatever file you have. If you're making YouTube videos, I would say this microphone is probably pretty decent for a Lavalier. Despite the, issue with the phone, I think it works pretty good.